Start with fire, add oil, let it simmer. From the crew at 58 Surf and Stab, this isn't just a podcast, it's a sensory experience. Fresh from the coast, full of flavor, and prepared to perfection. Well, kinda. This is 58 Surf and Turf. Let's get cooked. All right, 58 Surf and Turf. We are here for another episode. We have a very special guest, Justine Dupont. How are you?
Hello, good. Feel
Ça
good.
va?
Yes.
Ça va bien?
Tudo bem, ça va bien. Everything good.
We picked a really good time to talk, I think, because it was quite a fun winter. And now when you look at the surf forecast, it's just nothing for a while. So I'm happy that, I would have felt bad if we were trying to have this chat in like February and there's some waves in the water.
I will not be there.
It would have been hard. Whereas, maybe we just waited for this forecast to pin you down with what is today, like half a meter. So while it's 6 seconds, it's a good day to find you.
Yeah, sure.
But how was the winter? Did you enjoy it?
It was a long and really exciting winter. It was different because being a mom is kind of a different challenge.
Yeah.
To deal with a baby, with the surfing part, and it ended up really good. Yeah. So I was happy. A lot of traveling, and I was able to go with the family. Fred helped me a lot, and it ended up maybe one of my best winters so far. So
yeah, you took out the comp at Nazaré.
Yeah. The last move of the winter was a comp in Nazaré, and was good to win for the woman part, but the best thing for sure was to finish second in the world comp. So if somebody would have told me that I would be able to finish second in the main events, I will not trust them. But especially with Kaileni, with Lucas Chumbo, they are just like animals, and you can't even imagine that there is a possibility to beat them, and I did. So, it's just a comp. I'm not better than them for sure, but they are the leader of the sport, and so inspiring to watch them. But it was fun to be able to compete against them and to
get them.
To end up a second.
One day, maybe.
Yeah, come for that number one spot.
Let's see. But at the end, after the first hit, I was like, oh, I'm second. So I can't even think about winning the world comp. Oh, wow. Okay. It was, I had to reset myself almost. But I wanted Eric to catch a good wave, to be on the best team spot possible. And it ended up a good contest for me. Conditions were super tough and super tricky, but the contest, you need to do the best out of the condition that you have.
Yeah. Do you have a wave that stuck out to you as your best wave of the winter?
That's the point. This winter has been really good and long and with a lot of waves, but I don't have one wave at the end of the winter that I'm like super proud of or super happy about it. Like, compared to other winter, I had like a wave that I'm okay. That was the ride of my waves. This is for sure. And this year wasn't that clear. I would say maybe the drop at Jaws that I had before the Echo was nice. The feeling was really nice because it was really steep, and my story with Jaws is full of up and downs with the injuries, and so at the end maybe that wave at Jaws paddling was maybe.
Was a highlight?
One of the best that I liked or that I felt. But Nazaré during the comp was fun to be able to perform. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the Echo as well.
Let's talk about the Eddie. Yeah. That looked incredible.
Yeah. But it's tough for a big wave surfer because it's so good to be invited into the AD. And it's a big honor, and you want to go there. And especially me, I had the opportunity to I've already done one, and I wasn't really happy about my performance there. So I really wanted to have another opportunity but you never know. Maybe I will not have another opportunity. And when it ended up this winter, having the AD, I was so stoked because I was, in my life, I have another opportunity to really commit during this event, because first event I was feeling I had a lot of fear, and I wasn't expecting this amount of people and how big is this event. So all the stress about all these people and everything got me, and so that year, this winter, I was happy to be able to perform.
How does that even work, like logistically? Like, so when that event gets called on, it's like the road becomes impassable. Like
it's why
like
the
night before the event, it's done. So how do you even get to the beach in the morning? Do you have to like? How do you get there?
It's crazy. It's why, like, the first AD that I have done, we were staying at a friend place in Pupukea, so it's really close by, and they were talking about the events the day after, and it was the night before, and already a lot of people were already camping and parking everywhere. So I started to feel like okay, but I was listening to them, to my friend, to Fred. Okay, it's gonna be packed, so many people. But I was like, okay, no, if we leave at 6, my eat is gonna be at 9. It's dark until 8. It's gonna be fine. And in fact, we went stopped by the car and we couldn't even go, so I had to walk all the way with my board. It's a big gun, so Fred was helping, but with two big guns with all the material, I had to walk all the way until the camp, and it was like 20 minutes walking with big stuff, and
really,
and it was 6 in the morning. Oh no, 5:45 or something like that, and it wasn't even enough early. So, and this year we went a bit earlier, so with our friend car, and then he got stopped on the road. It wasn't possible to drive, so we finished walking. But the day before, we let the board there, so we didn't
that's
have
the key. Yeah.
But it was crazy just to let the board.
They don't think about that even for the
Yeah, but it's just one road, and not a big parking lot, so it's
I don't really know what you could do, essentially.
Yeah.
How you could fix that problem.
Yeah, it's surfing events. There's surfing events that are already like, but most of them it's more chill. So
get a free ride for surfers, you know, just up and down.
Yeah, I don't know. But it ended up we were able to go and to compete.
Did you have fun?
That year. My goal was really to commit to get on a big one. I didn't really make the one that I wanted, but I had fun, and the energy and everything was way better, and I was happy about the event. Yeah.
How do you feel about having women in the Addy?
Yeah, it's good for sure. Yeah, I'm
it was about time,
lucky to have that, because it's more spot for us, and I don't think women will have been. I don't know if it would have been possible for a woman to enter. I mean, with the performance, but regarding paddling, the performance women and men, there is a big difference. So towing is a bit different because of the machine, the jet ski. So you get the speed of the jet ski, and you can team up with a boy, and it's helping the performance. But paddling, we don't have the same muscle, we don't have the same commitment yet. So maybe the new generation and coming.
Things are changing so quickly in women's surfing. It seems like it's just. There's so much more change happening on that side than the men's side currently, just across all levels from what I see.
I don't know. I feel yes, but maybe there is more opportunities. Yes, but the level's been there for some women as well. Maybe there's a bigger pack. It used to be more like Liz Anderson, like some leader, but now it's more like a pack of men, more. So yeah, I don't know. But there's women like, I don't know, Carissa, Coco, Malia Manuel, those women were already doing some aerials and some crazy maneuver. But then you compete, then sometimes it's too much risk to do innovating maneuver. It's better to stick to a classic way of surfing. And then, in fact, those generation didn't push this part of surfing. And so it's it's really good contest, but sometimes it's a mix of.
Yeah, I remember when that generation, because I think like right now there's this feeling that there's the younger, like, you know, girls like Sierra and Aaron and Katie, like that generation, it feels like they're kind of more of like a pack. But I feel like, to your point, like I remember you probably saw the Nike Leave a Message film, like
sure.
features some of those girls, just like you said, doing airs and stuff, like so yeah, they did have a pack too.
When you think about that, it was years ago, and they were already doing so many good maneuver and aerials, and we need more of that. In fact, more like surfing movie and trips like that, and free surf as well.
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah. We're kind of bouncing all over the place here, but talking about like it just reminded me, going about big waves and then performance surfing, like you are so talented in many things in the water. Can you just talk about your path of it? Like, from what I understand, did you actually grow up in the city of Bordeaux, or just like around there?
Around Bordeaux. And I started surfing in Lacanau around 10, 11 with the family. And then I started to compete around 14, 15, national champ and championship. And then, around 15. At 15, I got second in the longboard world championship. And it was maybe the start of a professional career.
Yeah.
Because I had my partnership at that time, my first sponsorship, and then I was doing the contest, shortboarding mostly, and doing longboarding at the same time. And then I had a few opportunities with stand-up paddling with the French team. It was more lately, and life brought me, and I navigated with it, and I ended up doing more big wave lately. But now I want to do more everything. I love surfing. I like surfing. So
don't be shy. You are the best surfer in the world. You do shortboarding, you do longboarding, you do stand-up paddling, big wave surfing. Come on, you were second in the world longboarding. You were the European junior champion, European senior champion, shortboarding. You were on the CT. You were on the CT. Shortboarding. People don't remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, but I enjoy myself at the beginning of the season.
Exactly. What happened then?
I dislocated my elbow just 1 week before snapper. So I had to go back to France, surgery, and all that. And then I ended up, it was just 3 or 4 events remaining. And at that time, we had just one spot for injuries. And Silvana Lima injured her ACL, and she was already on the tour. So she got the spot. I had to go back to the QS again. And that pissed me off a little bit. I didn't really like that part. So I was like, again, I need to do those contests, but I already won my spot in the city, and now I need to go through all the QS and win my spot again. And so I had like a few years that I was kind of enough of contests and those waves and those contests, and it's at that time that I was pushing a little bit more big wave, and I was feeling more like alive with big wave, and so I moved more into big wave. I put a little bit more time into big wave, and I ended up in Nazaré.
Which do you prefer? Shortboarding?
It depends on the condition.
Stand-up paddling, longboarding, big waves.
It depends on the wave, and it's good because
skimboarding?
No, I didn't. I started with skimboarding when I was 10 years old.
Really?
I started. I liked it a lot. Yeah,
she does everything.
It's such a good training. Now I see Lucas Fink, and it's such a good training for the legs. For towing, it's amazing because the running in the sand. And doing the repetition like that, it's so good. So I thought about that as a training. I could add skimboarding, but since I thought about that, I did not do. I didn't.
So you don't have a house. You have a garage with a few rooms on the side, right? To put all the boards you need.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Yeah, and now you add like foiling and paddleboard and all of that, and
What's your ideal shortboard wave then? If you let the conditions call it, like if you're just gonna have the most fun on a shortboard, what would that wave look like?
I would say 2 meter. barreling and then turns.
Okay.
Like kind of coach's wave, kind of, I would say. Like just the size that it's so fun, but you still can be in a proper barrel. But you have some turn. You can put
so it's
the
not
board
just
on
barrels,
the rail.
it's also
And short. I don't like when it's so long because you need to think about it. And I like instinct surf. So you stand up on the board and every wave is different and you need to adapt to the wave quickly.
Nice.
That would be my shortboard kind of wave.
What about ideal longboard wave?
Longboard wave would be a bit longer. Like this, you have time to go on the nose and to do turns. So I will not put a barrel on a longboard wave, but even so, you can do proper barrel with a longboard. You can use the board as a gun because it's easier to paddle. So I would say, I don't know, 1.5 meters, with some good section to turn and to nose ride. So not a barrel, but can be steep, like more like a point break and down
Cool.
to Algarve. It's good.
Nice. I think this is gonna be the
Portier
hardest.
as well, for sure.
I think this is gonna be the hardest one to answer. Ideal big wave. There's a lot of space you can explore here.
Yeah, sure. I think for the surfing part, Jaws, as it's an amazing wave to surf. You can paddle, you can tow. It's a right, I'm a regular, and there's a barrel, but there's part to move the board as well. So I would say Jaws, but I live in Nazaré and I like a lot Nazaré. I started surfing big wave in France in a spot that I really like. It's kind of a mini Nazaré, I would say. A bit picky, La Nord in Osegor. But if I will need to pick one for the performance aspect will be Jaws, but for the wave, I like Nazaré. It's all the time different. It's consistent and I live there.
What about Curtis Bank?
Yeah, but Cortes Bank you get to surf once in your lifetime. That's it. I want to surf every day.
You probably had some of the best sessions.
Crazy. Yeah, and the most surprising part of Cortes Bank was that this was glassy. Out of the sea so far, but still glassy. I was expecting some wind, some tricky part of the wave to surf, and it was the easiest wave to surf because of the glassy part. So you could really try the material and understand the board and it was crazy. Yeah.
That has to be the most unique place
crazy.
to surf.
So scary before because so much known. Like the landscape, like the place, there's not that much footage. Now there is more because of this trip maybe, and but before to go there, like you're like okay. You need to understand the wave, and I like to go to places and to watch the wave, to understand, to spend time. But no, at that time it was just one day you wake up there and you need to make the most of it, and that's it. And it's hard to prepare for it.
That's crazy, yeah.
I'd
imagine that was a surreal experience.
It was a crazy trip, yeah. One of my craziest trip of my life for sure. Yeah, for big wave for sure. Yeah.
And you came out of Hawaii from a huge barrel at Jaws, actually.
It wasn't that, yeah.
Went to Curtis Bank and back to Hawaii for the
Eddy,
I think.
For the Eddy, yeah. It's just
what a
the
year.
week
Come
after.
On, what a winter.
Yeah. After that, I got the baby. I was like, I can't get a better wave,
I have to rest.
A better wave will be the baby.
Was that like, I know we're kind of laughing now, but was that very calculated? Or was that like, I just had an incredible season, I want to have a baby? Like, did you kind of...
the baby?
Yeah, did you kind of consciously choose that timeline to have your son?
It was a mixed stuff. It was, and we wanted a baby for a while with Fred, and we are together for a while. But with the career, and it was sketchy, and it was hard to find the good timing. And then, I think in my mind, I really wanted, but I wanted to wait a little bit more, like one more good experience, one more good wave that I would be happy about it, proud about it, that I could feel being fully selfish, because to be honest, surfer is selfish, and to perform, you need to be selfish. And so I was like, I need to push that way the more that I can. And after that winter, especially, I felt like it was the right time, and I had enough time then to come back to big wave, and I was at the peak of my career, and I felt like I could go, like I could perform more, but I was already happy about what I've done. I have done, so it was a good timing, and I'm happy because in fact I can really do better this year with the comp, and I feel like a kid is just a bit less sleep, okay, but a lot of more energy, a lot of more joy, and a lot of good things as well that help you to continue the career. But they were not that much reference into risky sports, like extreme sports or stuff like that. Into like for normal sports, there's a lot of women that come back and win again and win Olympics and gold medals. But on those sports that you have the fear in it, I had so many people that was telling me like, oh, after my child, I stopped horse riding, I stopped driving less fast, so many stuff. I had a lot of more fear, and you will stop big wave. So many people say that to me, and I was like, I don't know, we'll see. And it ended up, no, it's who you are. If you are,
you're surfing better than ever.
Yeah, because you need to be more efficient. You need to think more. You need to be smarter, and yeah, to try your best, and maybe you want for the kid as well. I want for Elio to feel like he's I don't know, he's a plus, a tool. I don't know, and that's addition in my life is not like something that it's an evolution. It's a positive evolution of my life,
of course.
Yeah.
Of our life with Fred.
I have heard a theory that I know, like you said, some people after they have a kid are just can be less risky in general, but I've heard a theory that if you want to surf like bigger waves, or even not like bigger waves, just heavier waves, like push your limits of fear, if you don't learn that before you have a kid, you're very unlikely to after, because your brain kind of changes, and it's like,
okay.
Yeah.
But if you did it before, okay,
yeah. Whereas like you could, if you're willing to put in the time and make yourself more comfortable, most people can just push themselves and figure it out within, our personal boundaries, obviously. But I've heard that if you don't do that before you have a kid, charge before you have a kid is what they say.
I surf big wave, but I surf big wave this multiple type of doing things, and since beginning I'm doing it really like calculated choices, and so it's different. And Fred, my boyfriend, is coming from lifeguard and being somebody that like to save life, like to be in the ocean, and is a really good swimmer, and so that part helped me a lot to be in confidence in the water, because I knew he was there. And my whole approach was like step by step, like super slow, too slow sometimes for him.
Yeah.
And but for me it was like really important to do it really like really seeing the risks, the more possible. So I'm still doing big wave surfing, but it's so calculated, and sometimes for sure you need to let it go more, and that's the day to perform, so you need to push more, but you feel that it's possible because you've done the whole work, and just need to be to work a little bit more on the side, like to make it happen the day that it's getting easier. The surfing part is like the easier part is just 1% of all the work that you've done before. So
yeah,
you
I
can't
think
really
I've
see.
seen some stuff of Shane Dorian talking about how like his kind of peak era at Jaws was after he had kids, just because he was so much more calculated. Like he used to just go on stupid waves and not care, and after the kids came along, he said he was just so much more calculated, and that allowed him to like really think about where he wanted to sit, and what waves he was going to get, what really reining on his wave selection and that. So it's super interesting.
It's funny because when you say that made me think about at Jaws when they had the World Championship there. one time I was like really like pushing Nazaré, paddling. I was feeling really good and feeling good for the comp. Already got some big wave, one of my biggest wave there, and I just wanted more, and I was pushing, but it was a comp, and I could have been way more smart. But for me, the drive was like, there's an opportunity to catch the wave of a lifetime. Like I want that wave, and I just gonna make the most of this opportunity. And Fred was like, no, you should stop. You're already in the final. It was a semi, and I was going to the final, and you already you're 2 wave. You should stop and rest until the final. I was like, no, there's still 20 minutes. There's all the water safety. I'm there. I go for it. And I injured myself, broke the elbow and the shoulder, the knee, and everything.
Yeah.
And in fact, maybe the new Justine will have made the right choice. And at that time, I was like, if you're younger and you want just
that
your
was
stuff.
the year that Cal Kenley won with 2 huge wipeouts.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe. Then I didn't really want to watch the final because I was pissed against myself. But I think so. Yeah. And then they stopped the event, kind of.
You mentioned La Nord before, and you said that was kind of where you started surfing big waves. What does it mean to start surfing big waves? Because obviously conditions change every day, and you're pushing yourself regardless. Like, what would you view as like the start of really pushing in big waves?
I would say it depends on every person, but I would say when you feel like, or at least I felt like you need friends with you. We need people to be there and to look for your safety. So for me, it's at the boundary between a normal shortboard session and one with committed condition. Like you want to, I want to wear a helmet. I want to wear. I feel like I need a life jacket. And I'm really precocious, so I like to wear that even when the conditions are not that big, but I feel like it's better because if something happens, it will be way easier for the person that will be there to save me, to help me, and if I have a life jacket. And so I would say, when you're not surfing by yourself, you are waiting for friends to go in the water, and that's a boundary. And regarding size, I don't know. For me, it was like maybe going up to 3 meters and using the gun and a bigger board. It's a different session. Normal surf session, you catch a lot of wave, you speak, you have fun. Big wave session, the material change. You are waiting for the good timing, and when you go in the water, the session is way longer. It takes more time, and you can be happy with just one wave during the session. It's different process.
So what did that look like when you started? Like when you started to really do that more?
When? Whoa. I think 2012 I surfed Bellara, and the year before maybe I surfed Island. But like I said, I already pushed a little bit. Even in Lacanau with my longboard, I was already using my longboard as a gun to surf bigger waves. So it was already a big wave approach, kind of. So I would say, 2011, 12, and maybe the first really proper big wave was Bellara, because you use jet ski, you use life jacket, safety, and team, and was the start of a...
It's a pretty rare wave, right?
Yeah, Bellara. Super rare. Yeah. It's happening 2-3 times, sometimes not even once during the winter, because it's deep water. But I like that wave. It's a beautiful wave, beautiful place, but it can be really hard to surf because it's really choppy. There is a lot of even when it's glassy, there is kind of current, or so it's, and the wave is going super fast, like even faster than Nazaré, in fact. The wave to surf it's harder, and or you need the right perfect condition, and then it's okay. But at least you don't have the cliff. In Nazaré, you have the cliff. Not the same.
you had almost a close encounter with that cliff on a comp, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That Fred was trying to get you and couldn't, and you were every time getting closer and closer. It was Shumbo in a crazy move. He just got you like last minute, and What was like living that thing? Because I was watching from above and I was scared.
Yeah, I was scared too. Oh no, I mean, like when you leave the moment, you're not scared because you are acting, you are doing. Afterward, I was scared, kind of looking at the situation. But just I don't know exactly what happened. But on the ball, on the wave, I felt on the worst spot, and I was really good. I was feeling so good. And I don't know, like something happened, like under my fins. I felt like suck, something like if I eat a plastic bag or I don't know. I felt something super weird, and it stopped my board, and I went over. So I still really don't know why, how I could have moved the board differently to avoid this. My feeling was that I went in until the limits of the board or the limits of the material. And it was super weird because I was really like, okay, going down, we were building, was getting big, we could feel the power. I was surfing, and there's one part of the wave that you are going fast and going down, and then there's a part of, for me, you add a little bit more surfing part because you can really do a bottom turn, and it's kind of the first maneuver for on a big wave. You don't do that much maneuver, but that one, it's a really nice feeling because you can really push and feel all the power, all the speed in your board, in your rail, and then release. And so I was really excited about that. It was coming. I was like, okay, I will be able to push. And I felt. So then I understood that it was the worst part. It was a really big wave. I understood going down that I would have to handle this calmly, with the calm and patience. And then, I got destroyed. And Fred had not... He couldn't pick me up because no time between the waves, and I don't know, after 3-4, I don't remember how many waves on white water, I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish really close to the cliff, or maybe the next wave.
I have to climb.
I was starting right before Lucas came. I was starting to think about, okay, how I need to manage that. Because first it's managing your breath and managing your body. With my experience at Jaws, I got destroyed, my body got dislocated. So first it's injuries, okay, and your oxygen, and then after a few waves, it was a cliff situation. So I was like, okay, I will need to be a bubble, or should I really extend myself? Should I swim? Should I not? I was starting to make a decision, and because I knew the wave after I would be on the cliff. And when I pop up, I saw the cliff, and I was, okay, the wave after for sure, it's for me. And then I heard Lucas, he was jump, grab the sled. Okay.
Wow.
It was perfect. Yeah, it was nice. But I knew then Sergio, Fred was there as well, and the wave after they would have been there, and it would have been okay. But yeah, it's a tough thing, having the cliff in Nazaré, for sure. It's a tough thing. But then you handle it, just to overcome and work on the brain to not delete the situation, but to learn to live with it, and to understand that every time that I'm surfing Nazaré, all the time you are waiting in front of the cliff. So I knew that I needed to work on it, to don't feel like all the time, every session, the cliff. The first session after, I said to Fred, don't let me wait just in front of the cliff. Go a little bit more. But it doesn't work. You need to overcome them. And so I did a lot of EMDR, like mental preparation stuff. And I had a woman that followed me for a while now, and we spoke a lot, and you overcome things, like everything, like surgery, like injuries, you overcome as well, and it's part of life and make you grow as well.
I noticed that you have some stitches there.
Yeah. It's a bit, it's okay. from Nazaré, that one.
Okay.
And I have one from Jaws as well.
Do you I mean, the situation that you're describing at Nazaré just now, would you consider that like the scariest situation you've been in? doing what you do?
Yeah, I would say Nazaré was the less fun situation.
It certainly sounded that way.
Yeah, and on the podium I have Jaws as well, the one that got me dislocated. Yeah, and in fact, Nazaré made me remember Jaws because it happened 2 times that I went with a fall, and this feeling is kind of weird because you have a feeling of you are in the wave and you have a second of nothing happening, like almost no noise, almost a nice feeling, but you don't know how you're gonna be eating by the wave, and then the impact is not fun. It's so violent. It's like so I lived that again in another way, like this feeling of being like dislocated.
Wow.
Again, but I ended up good after Nazaré. I was totally fine. I think all of my all breathing preparation because about oxygen and everything was super fine. My body was handling it, and human body is surprising.
Wow.
I think on that same winter you had that huge left that was competing with Maya's wave also for the biggest wave ever by a woman. I think it was the same winter.
Maybe.
So you had like really low and really high on the same winter.
And 10 days after I broke my shoulder. Sorry.
Foot.
Thanks. I injured my foot 10 days after. Yeah. But it was for a reason for me to reset, to work on this accident in Nazaré, to overcome it.
Wow. How would you describe the like priority situation at Nazaré?
Purity.
Yeah. Like how would you describe, like, how can you tell which wave is yours? Say there's a day and there's, let's just say like 20 or 30 crews out. How do you know which wave is yours?
There's no wave that is yours. It's a wave of the ocean. It's the ocean that decide. But I would say it depends of session. I was lucky enough this winter. I surfed a lot with Eric Robier. He's an amazing driver. We went into a lot of session early morning with nobody out. I was first one to surf on the rope, so nobody out.
Yeah.
And we went into not attractive session from the outside, like stormy, big and complicated and technical session. So during those sessions, we were by ourselves with the team. So,
easy way to know that you can go on that wave.
So easy. Exactly. Purity. People want you to go for that
all the time.
Yeah. So this winter it's been okay, and otherwise nowadays there's session that is not fun because of the purity, because of people all around, and there's some that know the place and have the skills. There's some that have not the skill yet, because even me, like everybody. Start from a crash from somewhere. So but now they are starting to it's starting to be super dangerous, and sometimes when it's too complicated for the purity and it's confusing, I don't like to surf. I don't want to surf. The risk is getting higher for no reason. It's not about the power of the wave or the size, or it's just about because of the people that make it dangerous.
Yeah.
So purity, it's the people that are waiting the most, people that are with a more experienced driver and that have more respect for the place, for others, and just
like the normal surfing, just kind of gets figured out, huh?
Yeah. It's sketchy, huh? And every session is different. At one point in Cortes, because it was a mission around Garrett, and so for Lucas and I was teaming up with Lucas. For us, it was purity for them, for Garrett and Andrew. And at the end, it ended up that they were having not easy communication between them and us. We not having the priority, we ended up getting the best one because we understood and okay, let's go on this one. So sometimes, like a normal surfing session, surfing contest, sometimes without priority, it's even better. So
do you think
you adapt
on some of those big days with like 30, 20 teams out, it's an accident waiting to happen, or?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. But what I feel is those days, in fact, it's not the best days. It's not the biggest day, and yeah, it's not really the days that I'm looking for. In fact, so I'm kind of okay with that. Yeah, because I had a lot of sessions in those conditions, and yeah, let's see in the future. I don't know. Yeah, like October until Christmas, it's crazy. Huh? Yeah, it's crazy. And me having with a baby having 1 year off, or 1 season or 2 seasons off was
1 season off.
1 season off. Was crazy because after this season I knew almost nobody in the water.
Wow.
Kind of like so many new faces, so many new people, and yeah, different. Yeah. It's because of people went there and like the place, like me. So I'm not gonna say anything about that. It's just I feel like people should, and we started with Fred on the side, like third peak, and some people want to go faster, don't really respect their steps, or go a bit faster than others, and then that puts others in a bad condition. The worst part of those sessions is sometimes you need, and you want to go save or rescue somebody, and then you put everybody in a risky position, and that's the worst part. If you are independent and you have your own team, and if you do something wrong, your own team go save you, and then you can be autonomous about that. It's okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But then it's a cost to have your own team. It's a experience, and but yeah, it's why we went slow, little by little, with Fred. At first, we didn't really surf the biggest days because we were just Fred and I with one ski, and it wasn't enough at all for Nazaré. So then we add more. We went to look for a partnership to get more budget, to get more one more ski, to get a guy on the cliff, and then
do
you
it
build
proper.
your team, and then you're able to push more. But it wasn't a point that we will push more if we will not have those team construction and base build up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you wish there was still a proper like big wave world tour, like a world title decided?
Did I miss?
Do you wish that still existed? Like, is that something where you look back and go, damn, that would be really cool, like have a few events throughout the year and have a system where, somebody wins a title?
I don't even think about that because I don't really I live life like it is, and I see opportunities in everything that is happening. So right now I feel like it's more opportunity for me to do maybe other disciplines on the side as well, and push big wave surfing how I want, and not how people want big wave surfers to surf, because they had so I like contests and I like events, because in big wave you have less team, you have a priority system, you have more safety, and an opportunity to surf a place on a good day, and with more safety. But is it really a sport made for contests, big wave surfing? I don't know. I like the free spirit of it as well. I have a contest part of myself and a free surf part in me, and I feel like big wave surfing is about looking for the best timing, the best place, and the best moments. And with contest, because of the organization and the whole process, it's hard to have the best place and the best time.
Totally.
So I had fun at the Nazaré challenge, but it wasn't my best session of the year. It was my best, a good thing for the sport, and because of those events, I can live out of it, because the media and everything out of an event is easier, because you don't need to do anything. Everything is going by themselves with the event. But yes, if they run a tour next year, I'm happy. If not, I will find an opportunity into that to do other stuff, or
Sure.
to do differently.
Yeah. How do you feel about the like big wave or the world record challenge?
I don't know. It's, too much politics. It's not for me. No, I like the surfing part, like the one that you can control. Like this stuff, we try to understand all the process, how it's working, who, why, how, and I didn't really like all the answers that I got. It was not enough clear, easy, smart, and
not very sharp.
not very sharp, not very yeah. So I understood that it was it was another discipline. I mean, another a whole thing that it was, for me, wasn't worth it to put energy on it. Yeah. Because I understood that was one part was surfing the wave, but in fact it was 1% of the work, and we had to do a lot more to win this record, and I don't want to go in this politics stuff. I prefer to stay in the ocean and on my board.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, there have been some questionable calls with wave height decisions,
right.
let's say.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Portuguese scientist working on measuring waves properly.
Yeah,
like really,
there's so
really.
many stuff going on.
He lives close to Nazaré, actually.
Okay, there's so many stuff, and I hope in the future it will be clear and fair. But right now it's not. So if it's just about politics, money, and way more other stuff that is not really clear and nice, and I don't go there.
Now let's get into the part of how do surfers get paid. So you know that one, right? So do you want to ask yourself, or do I ask?
I mean, there's a clue on her hat right now.
Yeah, yeah, on my shirt as well. And
yeah, that too.
But I want to know how much costs a season. How much does it cost?
Sorry, but you need to ask Fred. I mean, I'm the surfer. I'm technical part of it. I'm like, I again spend a lot of money. I have my car full of board for next season, and so I don't even know. It's hard to say a number.
It's expensive. Because
it's expensive,
it is totally
for sure.
a different sport, so windsurfing, right? It's
Yeah. I don't want to say something that is not right. I don't know, twice or 3 times more than the QS that I used to spend for.
Mm-hmm.
I would
for
say.
A season, for one season.
It depends.
Yeah.
There's some seasons that you go everywhere. There's some seasons that not. It depends on the season as well. At the beginning, it's a lot of investment because of the skis, 20K for one ski. You need 2, 3, in Nazaré because you break one. So then it's just for the ski, that's it. Then you need the driver. You need to pay the driver if
Eric
you want
is not cheap.
Eric as well. But it's normal, and
of
for
course,
sure.
It's very good, it's the best.
And the board is 1,500, something like that, a little more than 1,000 for the board, a proper, really good board, photo, and so this plus the ticket plus the extra baggage. And,
that one.
Yeah. Lucky enough, we already travel and spread all the board everywhere, so now it's easier to travel, and we already try to work before having the baby, because now It would have been the board bag plus the baby plus.
Yeah.
But we did that this winter. Board bag, baby, everything. Last minute, last minute.
You get a
last
free
minute,
discount for the baby.
yeah. The year before, I thought we already did like some crazy stuff with traveling last minute. But in fact, this winter, with the baby, we did even way worse. Like 2 hours in advance, being at home, and then, okay, we go.
Wow.
And I need to organize everything, the luggage for the baby. And we go, we know first where, but then we don't know where and for how long. So you need to cold and not cold. You need a wetsuit and you need like warm stuff. You need the board for everywhere and stuff. Yeah.
That's chaos.
So on those cases, you spend like 10,000 for one trip or stuff like that. And if you have a multiple in the season, you can end it up 200 for the season. If you are going crazy, 100 for one normal season. I don't know. Yeah. Need to ask Fred. Make a phone call.
Let's put Fred on the spot. Huh?
Yeah, we'll get the numbers.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah.
I think I know the guy, but
yeah. Looking for the sponsorship, and then with the budget, you deal the season. And at first, I wasn't able to travel, and like I told you, like first we had just one ski in Nazaré, so we are not even able to serve the biggest day because of the budget and because of the equipment that we had. And then you build them little by little.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say your dream wave at Nazaré looks like? Like, where are you taking off on it? How deep are you? Where are you? What does that wave look like?
I'm gonna spread my secret. But no, the best wave that I got there for sure was with Fred during the first Nazaré challenge. And it was a perfect peak, like perfect glassy one. The one that makes the airframe and makes the magic of Nazaré. And really, like, you can feel like there's two waves becoming one, and you are there, and there's a power starting to build on your back, and then you feel this shade shadow that going around you, and and making the wave. But yeah, there's no like one particular spot for sure. Like peak one, like between peak one, peak two. But peak one is like the more intense one in front of the cliff, and yeah.
Big Mama.
Yeah, Big Mama. Yeah, I had some Big Mama, but never really had a proper crazy good one. I had some good one in Big Mama. It's a different lineup again, different wave, and it's good. I love this place because from small you can surf and have fun, and it's the same shape when it's big. In fact, kind of. Yeah.
That's why you decided to come and live at Nazaré. Come on, from
Yeah.
all places you came to Nazaré. Why?
Yeah. Because
Where did it click? How did it click?
it's more about the timing as well in your life, and it was a good timing, and we liked the place, we liked the town, the people, the waves. It feel like home in southwest of France as well. The pine trees, the big beaches with kind of more raw, wild. Like we really like that, and it's not a big city, but it's not a really small town. You have kind of everything, and yeah, it's a bit warmer than in France. It's not that far as well, so if we need to go, it's okay by car or plane or so. Yeah.
Are you
we
happy
love
here?
the place. Yeah, for sure. I love it. Yeah, we love it. And now we have a little house in the forest, and I'm so happy about that. And yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, we are in love. Yeah.
What would you say, like, what moment feels the best in like a proper big wave session? Is it like the moment that like you were describing before, where you kind of you're into the wave, you feel the power building behind you? Is it the moment after that when you know that it worked out and you survived? Is it the moment when you come to the beach and know that you got 4 or 5 sick waves and nothing bad happened? Like what moment actually feels like makes you feel the most alive during it?
Oh, in the wave. So the moment for sure more alive is in the wave. Yeah, while you are waiting You can think about stuff sometimes, but it's more like a meditation time that even if there's some thoughts that are going on, you focus again on your stuff, on your key element, and then when you let go the rope, if it's towing or paddling, it's when you turn your board and you decide that you're gonna go on that one, that click, and you are in the moment and you are living the moment, and fully you need to make one with the wave and with the board and everything, and yeah, because to adapt, and it's what I like about surfing, it's adaptation all the time, because the wave is all the time different, so you need to adapt, you need to be there to be alive, to deal with the components that you have here. So yeah.
Nice.
So every part, and I like the bottom part into big wave, because I don't get to do that much barrel or rodeo flip like a chumbo or stuff like that. So for me, the bottom, because you get more speed, and you feel the power of the wave, and you feel kind of powerful with this speed, like it's a nice feeling, but at the same time you feel like if you do a wrong move, you are in the worst place possible, so you need to be alive to live the moment right now. So
yeah,
maybe the more alive would be at the bottom turn.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like there's like a come down after that, like if you have a crazy day of big wave surfing, there's so much emotion where the next day you're just like almost a bit depressed?
It depends. This season it was like on. So you don't even have time to go down or to get your emotion on a stabilization level. But most of the time it takes a few days after the session, and for the season it takes a few weeks to really it's more about the mental aspect. I noticed that with my year that I was pregnant, that I was out of big wave surfing, and I knew that I couldn't, so I wasn't checking all the time where a swell will hit, and it's a thing that your mind is all the time in alert. As being a mom, all the time in alert. Like he's eating a rock. Oh yeah, did he sleep? Like those stuff. Like it's all the time on. And big wave surfing is that you are all the time on. Like I'm here, but in 1 hour I can be leaving for another places. So it's this part that is costing a lot of energy, I would say. That's a best and the harder part.
So how's your daily life in Nazaré? What do you do?
Same, it depends. I don't like really random routine, and so I like when it's different, and so it depends. But on a normal, I would say I go. Even you see my way of speaking, when I say normal, I'm not smiling. I'm like, normal day, okay. Yeah, I will wake up because of Elio, thanks. Although I don't have wake up alarm anymore with him. and then if I go to Pilates or doing physical training, now it's on my garden, on my place. Like this, more efficient for the training with the kid, and so either training or surfing the morning, or either in the afternoon. So I would say one training, one surfing, taking care of Elio, and a little bit of work on the phone and computer, even if I should do a lot more. And Fred is doing a lot. And yeah, doing the food, and yeah, I like to cook, so I cook most of the time for Elio and the family.
Do you sleep early?
Every
time you get the chance,
yeah,
right?
with the baby for sure, all the time. I'm not really good with naps, so I try to. There's time that it's good and you can sleep during the night, but right now it's tough. Right now it's even maybe the tougher part, even tougher than when he was a newborn. Yeah, this season I had like some tough time, like with crazy nights, but yeah.
Just
It's
not
like
wanting to sleep.
it's 20 minutes there, half an hour there. At the end, sometimes you have 3 hours and you're like, oh, it's not enough. And sometimes you have 5 hours sleep and it's like, wow, crazy, amazing.
Wow.
And right now I'm about 3.5, 4 hours sleep per night. It's not enough. So sleep when you can. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good advice.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? We're just getting to the end of Northern Hemisphere big wave season. What's your plans for the next few months?
Plan for next few months will be there's a camp in Chile. I mean the waiting period for the camp. I never been there. I want to go there. I never been to Australia, but I don't think this season will be the season. Let's see. Puerto, I've been there when I was younger, but I didn't yet went back there. I don't know yet. Depends on the waves.
Yeah.
So, and waiting for the swell, I will stay mostly in Portugal and France, doing some longboarding camp, training, and doing some events in France as well. And it's a part that I'm doing a little bit more work as well, like speech for business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because during the winter time, I say. Sorry, but forget me. And I like to have a good freedom during the winter, October to February. Like, don't ask me something.
Just
I'm
focusing
focused.
on something, right?
Yeah.
Don't you feel the need to explore like other waves out of the radar,
For
like
sure,
like
for
Nick
sure.
Van Rupp, for example?
Yeah.
Like,
I want.
Ireland, like
But it's with
I don't know,
with
Norway.
life for sure. Like with way more people in Nazaré. Like now you're like, okay, what can I do more into during a medium big day with 20 skiers? No, it's way better now to explore, and I want to push the performance out of big wave surfing. So performance, you need to look for good waves, and with Cortés it was amazing. I went to Ireland this season, was good, and I went to France, to Bellara as well when they were a big swell in Nazaré, but I want to I'm try to be on the best place, best timing, and for on what I'm looking for, it's a performance wave. Yeah.
Have you been to Madeira?
Madeira, I've been to Madeira as well. Yeah, there's so many places. Yeah, so many places.
It's like kind of off the radar, but not in Portugal.
Yeah. There's so many different places that are not that much surfed, and for sure there's less media attraction or stuff like that. But for the surfing part, it's amazing. As a surfer, you get to surf really good wave, and Nazaré can be amazing, but it's hard to surf as it's a peak. So there's not that much wall to surf it. And for me, backside is even harder. I don't know, but it's different to surf Jaws. There is a wall, it's a point break, so you can really surf the wave.
Yeah.
Nazaré, I speak about the bottom term because except the bottom term, sometimes you don't have anything else. so yeah, there's other waves to surf, and I want to push this area for sure. And even smaller wave, but consequence wave with barrels, and I want to push that as well. And I've been from shortboarding and a contest, and so I want to push this technical part of surfing. Yeah, I want maybe sometime a little bit too much into towing and Nazaré, and I need to open a little bit more.
And you still stand up paddle?
Let's see. I don't know. I'm open with things.
Because you went to stand up paddle and you ended up as an European champion. So
yeah. I won the championship in Salvador. Yeah, European in Peniche and in Salvador. No, Peniche I got second.
The second, yeah.
Yeah, and the world title in Salvador.
Yeah.
El Salvador. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But it was good because stand up, it was just fun. I didn't know how to stand up, but the French team asked me, and it was a really good opportunity. As a core, it's so good. It's such a good sport for training. So I was like, okay, I can train and have fun and do a challenge and learn out of it. So
they contacted you out of nowhere, like, hey, you want to try this? And you're like, sure. And the next thing you know, you just won a title.
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah, because I know, and I like those kind of challenge. And you need to like it to be a beginner, like falling from the board every second and not even being able to surf one wave. And this part, I like it because you feel like shit. You feel like so bad, but you learn out of this, and it's good to start a sport from scratch, but to be able to evolve quickly because of my background with longboarding, with shortboarding, and the amount of time that I spend in the ocean. So then you go faster for sure. If I would need 10 years to be good at stand-up paddling, I would not do it. But because of the other sport, I get.
Do you feel that like toe surfing helped you to be better at stand-up paddling surfing because of the way you move your boards on the waves? It's slower than usual.
Yeah, the vision as well.
Yeah.
When you're stand up, you are higher. You've got a big, longer vision. Foiling as well is so good. Wind foiling and foiling, you get to see and experience the wave differently. Like at first, when I was just shortboarding and longboarding, the difference was with the longboard, you could go a bit further. And if you compare to the body surf, you need to be super sharp. Otherwise, if you're on a fat part of the wave, you can't get the wave. So every discipline is so interesting. On one point, it's so good. Then you switch on another board and you learn from that, and then you improve, and then that. And you don't really get bored because you see wave all the time differently because of the discipline. Because like right now I have motivation with longboard, with shortboard again, and but because during my pregnancy I was into body surfing and I liked a lot, and then but it depends on the condition most of the time. Smaller.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I would ask you about your goals moving forward, but I think you kind of just laid them out. Get small waves and do comps on a longboard. Get big waves. Get barreled. Maybe body surf.
Everything.
Surf.
Everything and everything.
And
adapt. That's awesome.
What kind of toe boards do you use? Do you use
the toe board
SPOs or do you know Cartesian, right?
Cartesian?
From SPO?
Yeah.
I heard that she's really good with toe boards.
Secret.
No,
I changed the toe board, and last season, and it's been amazing. I've been using some board from Hugo. I've been using some board from Dylan. The year before, I've been using a lot of different shape. Pauline as well before, and Rob Vaughan from France before, and I tried a lot different board, and last season I really liked the board from SPO from Hugo. And next season I will go with those board.
That's
but
Cartesian.
It's kind of like disciplines, it's kind of the same. In fact, there's kind of board that is really good for this wave. For Nazaré, SPO is amazing. Like for Taupo, Dylan is amazing. For Shipstern is amazing. For like I don't get to have a partnership with the board, so I can speak at least with a different speech. But they are really nice with me. So it's good. It's different. It's
how many boards do you have?
Like with longboarding, it's amazing with Luffy. Luffy is the best on longboard. It's crazy good. So every I like to stick to the best. Like Eric for driving, like Fred for safety, like for Chumbo for team up with. So.
And do you know how many boards you have?
No. But now with the wing and the F1 gears as well, there's too much. So I don't know. Sorry. No. Androids, maybe. I don't know.
100 boards.
No, I don't know.
One child, and hopefully not too many trips where you have to bring them all together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, that's all I have for you.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
You're welcome.
And don't forget.
Thank you so much, Justine.
Like and subscribe or whatever. Bye. Cool. Thank you so much.
Nice. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks.